had a hypoglycemic crash or something like that. Okay, so welcome. We are recording. We are live. Welcome to another art stream. Just so that I don't get sued. If you are talking through Discord, you may be recorded, so be aware of that. It's fine. Okay. If you just want to send a message to the Discord server, you can use the text channel stream discussion, and it should be good. Okay, I have to actually open my outline of Starwalker so I can figure out where the heck I am. This document is 576 pages long. It's a real big problem. It's a problem, but it's also a good thing. So. Alright. I'm gonna wait a sec for it to load, but I'm trying to remember what... yeah. I remember the scene, I just need to get a better picture of what happens in it. You ever make a revision to your story and then, you go back and you're like, oh yeah, that revision was made. I forget all the different versions of my drafts and stuff. Okay. Hopefully I can open the outline without it crashing. So I'm doing chapters 63 and 64. For those on YouTube, you can see the little text in the bottom of the screen. I was going to do 63 yesterday, but then I ended up having a hypoglycemic crash. So that was really not conducive to streaming yesterday and stuff. Okay. Oh yeah, it's actually not. That scene is the second scene. See, I have to look at the draft and stuff. Okay.
And you have 102 chapters, right?
Yeah, 102. So I have 85 chapters that take place on the main storyline, but there's also a parallel plot line going on. So if you see me illustrating what's called a memory, that's the parallel plot line. It takes place quite a bit in the past, so pretty much. I was going to delete the stream announcement for yesterday, and then I accidentally deleted the art stream from Monday, so that was not fun.
How many words is this shaping up to be?
Starwalker is 140.8 thousand words.
Okay.
And Allura was only 54,000, so I kind of see Allura as more of a prologue. I wasn't going to write any sequels to it, except maybe Starwalker as a novella or something, but then Season 5 happened, and I decided it needed some work, so...
Fixing up.
Yeah, I don't know how to draw people, okay, so let me think. I have to do an art analysis of myself. Okay. Yeah, it is 140,000. Seraphite was just over 100,000. I didn't even finish the draft because I was so tired by the time I finished it. But it was a good run. I only had 3 scenes left to do. So right now Luna, my alpha reader, is working on giving me some feedback for the next copy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What are you working on right now?
Absolutely nothing.
Yay! That's good. I'm not saying it's good to do nothing all the time. I'm saying, you work yourself very hard, so I'm happy that you're taking some time for yourself.
I try to get a rest. I mean, I was gonna play some Smash Brothers, but I thought, no, I don't really feel like it.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing. Ever since I've been working myself to the bone with writing, like Smash Brothers as a pastime has fallen off a cliff, and it's like how it's come to be is that there's always one pastime that dominates my schedule, and then the others just kind of fall by the wayside. And right now, writing has been dominating my pastime schedule to the point where it's become a part-time job. So there's that.
Oh, yeah. I understand that. For me, it's like I pick like 3 things and then I do nothing else. It's the same thing with video games, actually. I'll like play one game until I'm like sick of it and then and then come back to it like 7 months later or something like that.
Definitely.
Probably
with my UT
Good.
with my UT sequel story. I'm thankful that the 26 chapters have finally been read through by you, so all I have left are really minor edits here and there, along with introducing the author notes in a more, in a warmer and friendlier way.
Yeah.
On Wattpad and AO3, which I'm hoping will help me connect with people. I was happy to see that the story got 2 more kudos on AO3 last night. So it's up to 25, which is good.
I got a DM from somebody on fanfic, and if by chance the person who sent that comment is watching, this is not an attack, this is just me saying a thing, and they wanted me to write, I think that they wanted me to write like a gender-bent fan fiction about Shadow Weaver, and I was like, I gender bend sometimes, but nah. I've got so much to do.
Yeah. I don't do that at all, personally.
I like to work on, well, technically, like what you're doing with Frisk is a gender bend, but at the same time, I understand it's like up to interpretation, so it's not entirely, I don't know, it's complicated, but I think that it can qualify that way. That's usually what I tell people whenever they insist that I'm transphobic, is like, you do realize that gender bends are completely fine and normal to do, and that non-binary characters are not an exception to that.
Yeah, that's true. With Frisk, it's an up to interpretation thing, but I rate him as male because, I mean, growing up, I had one brother, and so I can relate to that. It's easier to write, but also because I wanted to insert yet another Full Metal Alchemist reference. And, well, that is actually the signature song of the 2003 version of the show. And my favorite version of it is the instrumental one, where it's just a flute and violins.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's very atmospheric, and it starts out a little somber but finishes with a happy, victorious tone. And I love every bit of it.
No, that's not gonna work. Ooh, fingers suck.
That they do.
I have to be very careful because I'm not that good at drawing hands. Okay, wait, so she's on her left side, I think it is. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, I was trying to figure out where the thumb should go. Oops, that's not what I want to do.
I think hands are harsh for anyone.
Oh, they are for sure, but that does not look good. It looks passable. again, my lowest bar is passable. Ooh. Okay. It was very...
Starwalker,
Go ahead.
longest story that you've ever written?
Yes, for sure. And it's funny because it was originally going to be like a collection of short stories. Because, so here's, Starwalker, like as it is currently conceived, was written to kind of fill in some gaps in She-Ra before over this whole stupid thing, so that's a thing.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
I'm like, and how I respond now is just like, I mean, it's kind of too late. I've already been there. So, they discharged me.
Yeah. I could say, I'm a lot more fortunate with that, because the majority of the opinion concerning the franchise I'm referring to, the majority opinion is that season 5 is garbage doo-doo butter, and a bunch of people have already done rewrites for it, so thankfully I got off lucky and fortunate there, where a rewrite is the majority opinion.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though, is like, so there are a lot of She-Ra fans who will say that season 5 was flawed, and they will, but they do it for really stupid reasons, if I may be so blunt. I've seen people calling the creator a racist because she didn't give one of the black characters a character arc because he's supposed to be like the glue that holds the friend group together or whatever. And of course, over like stupid jokes she made, which I'm just like, those are fine. Like, and she apologized for them, and I'm like, you did not need to apologize for that. Like, you did nothing wrong. I don't know. I feel bad for her because she created such a volatile environment with some of the things that she did in the show that, like, some of the fans are insane when it comes to that sort of thing. So
Sounds like it.
It's an exhausting experience. And I'm like, I get that people feel a way, but I'm also like, can you at least, at the very, very bare minimum, like, try and understand how someone might feel differently? Because I don't know, my messages were all spammed when I was working on, right after the show ended, from people who were like, you see, we got our way and you didn't. And I was like, good for you. Go enjoy your glorified suicide. I'll be over here. Sorry, I'm still really salty about that. It's been almost 2 years since it happened, and I'm not over it.
I get why, though. Yeah. I could say that the Foxverse fan base thankfully hasn't been that way with me. I don't think I've gotten enough notoriety in the community yet.
Yeah, I keep all my hate mail so I can go back and laugh at it. I don't know. I'm weird like that.
I get why you do that. I mean, if this were a different time, I would probably do the same thing. But nowadays, if I ever get hate mail, I would probably just scrap it all.
Sometimes I do that too, because some of the stuff is, like, legitimately triggering and stuff. But the stuff that isn't, it makes for a good laugh. My favorite thing is when they say something like, oh, this character didn't deserve redemption, and I'm like, thank you for using that nonsense phrase. Now I don't have to talk to you. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what does that even mean, deserve redemption? Isn't the whole point that you don't deserve it? If you didn't deserve it, if you did deserve it, you wouldn't need to redeem yourself from anything.
Yeah, I don't get that either. When I know within the UT/DR fan base, or as I call it, the Foxverse fan base, like when I wrote chapter 1, I had that conundrum because basically Fresk's voice is where he's voicing the opinion of the public, where he's talking to Azzy, who's still in his flowy body, just chilling in the underground, and he's like, well, you deserve a second chance, and I can't forget you. I'm the ambassador of the monsters, and you're the only one left who needs to come to the surface, so... And you're clearly better, so I think you deserve redemption. But then Azzy Flowey simply says, I don't deserve anything. And that's where one of the controversial themes comes into play, but it's true. And I don't think a lot of people get that.
Yeah, I don't like when people say that, like, a character has to deserve redemption. Because I'm just like, well, here's the thing. We have all done things that we don't deserve redemption for. Like, and people are just like, well, I haven't abused anyone, or I haven't killed anyone. And I'm like, well, first off, like, if we're talking about the Bible, and I know that not everybody believes in the Bible, obviously, but, like, if we're talking about the Bible, James 2:10 says if you even break one law, you're guilty of breaking all of it. So, saying that you're, quote, not as bad as the next guy, that ain't gonna fly on Judgment Day. But more importantly, that doesn't matter. Like, because none of us are perfect, and you don't know what's going on in you don't know what's going on in somebody else's life. So, I don't know. It just bothers me when people are like that.
Yeah, I agree. And I've thought about that too. And I know within, my own story, like, I've thought about that a lot. Where, Azzy Flowey could easily say, oh, well, due to the recess, all of the kills that I made, they got erased. And now within this true pacifist timeline / reset, I actually haven't killed anyone, so I'm scot-free. Well, my dad, he still has the 6 human souls, so, at least I'm not him. But that doesn't happen. He doesn't try to justify his actions, and that's not only part of the point concerning continuing Azrael's redemption arc, but it makes sense because, as you know, at Game Reopen, Flowey Azzy is not interested in resetting anymore. He wants his friends and family to live in peace, and he certainly doesn't want to go through it all over again and lose all his memories. So, having him try and justify his actions doesn't make sense within the canon either. So...
Yeah. And I definitely think that the creator of She-Ra leaned heavily into the idea of people needing to deserve redemption. A while ago, she was interviewed and she was asked, like, do you think that you could have redeemed Horde Prime if you'd had, like, the space? Because she's been very open about the production process, and one thing that she has made very clear is that She-Ra had a bit of a rushed production. You can see that very clearly in Season 5, but the animation is hand-drawn, and it suffers sometimes from that same issue. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. She was asked, like, could you have redeemed Horde Prime, who's, like, the big bad? Like, he's behind everything. You know what I mean? And, she basically answered by saying, like, no, I'm so glad that we didn't have to redeem him. Some people are not capable or worthy of redemption. And I was just like, I wasn't surprised. I was disappointed, but not surprised by that answer, because even before that interview, I could see that was how she felt based on things that happened in the show. And it was really unfortunate. So.
It's really unfortunate. Yeah, that doesn't sit right with me. And I'm not even a She-Ra fan.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, man. If you had seen the show, I think you would have had a problem with it, too. It was... Oh, man. That was one... It was probably... Next to being, like, really badly written, it was also one of the most painful, like fan experiences I think I've ever had in my life. But anyway, yeah. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, fan experience. I haven't had any painful fan experiences that I can think of. I mean, with Cartoon Survivor, as they call it, I mean, that season 5 was garbage, but...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, nearly everyone agrees that All Stars was garbage, so I wouldn't exactly call it traumatizing, because it's like, at least the fan base agrees with me. It's the worst season. It's like...
The worst feeling is feeling let down by, like, the worst part of the whole, like, aftermath of She-Ra's finale was, like, everybody was so sad, but for, like, the completely opposite reason that I was. They were like, this is such a great run, the show was so good, everything ended perfectly, and I'm over here like, yeah, I'm also sad, but I'm sad because, like, I don't know, I just saw myself in this character. Maybe, and people were saying, well, that was your mistake because they didn't intend anybody to like Shadow Weaver, and I'm like, well, too bad, like, I'm a fan, I'm allowed to feel a way about a character. So, I don't know. And at first I thought, like, you know, maybe I'm not being fair, maybe I'm missing something, but I actually have rewatched the show twice since then. I've made myself rewatch it because I wanted to be fair to it, but no, I try to look at things with an open mind, and there are things about She-Ra that I have, like, changed my opinion on over the years. That is not one of those things, and I really wanted to, because I was like, I want to see what everybody else sees, and I want to get this closure, but the more I watched it, the worse it got for me. So I basically was like, well, I'm not going to get closure from the show itself, because that's over, and I don't think that I'm going to get anything out of that. So I was like, eventually I kind of picked myself back up, and I was like, okay, I'll finish editing Allura, I'll get it out there, and I'll fix this, because so many people were messaging me afterward. They were like, hey, I'm so excited for Allura because the show ended in a way I didn't like, and I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to finish this thing, because it was so painful. Like, just opening the draft, it just made my stomach hurt. I don't know. Oh, wait, dang it, I forgot her horns. Okay. I'm talking while I'm drawing, but usually, yeah, that was going to happen no matter whether I was talking or not. Hold on.
Yeah, I get that. Multitasking can be hard sometimes. But I get what you mean. Like, when some pieces of media are just too painful to go back through. I'm trying to think of... Although with my rewrite of that season 5 and my own... of that own long fic, like, going back through it was... I wouldn't call it painful, but it was a chore. It was frustrating, but I think there's worse media out there. Like, at the time of release, when I thought about it, I absolutely despised it, but after thinking about it, like, there's worse out there.
Yeah.
You know?
And, again, this is not saying that She-Ra's the worst show ever to exist. In fact, far from it. But there is something, like, really disturbing, I think, about, like, when an otherwise very good and deep show messes up in that crucial area with its theming, that makes it so much more devastating when it happens, you know? Because if it was a bad show, I could say, like, oh, well, that's a bad show. Because, like, here's an example. So, wait, hold on. I had something in my mind. Oh, yeah. So, like, in Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon's a good show, but I wouldn't call it great because half the episodes are good and the other half are really hard to sit through. And maybe that's because I watched every single episode, including the filler ones. Maybe that's my mistake. I don't know. But either way, it was not very... It was like, there were some writing decisions in that show I didn't really like. But I also had the background of, number one, the anime is actually very different than the manga. Now, they did release a new, like, a reboot of the show recently called Sailor Moon Crystal, and that one was a lot more faithful to the manga from what I hear. But like the Sailor Moon I'm watching is the one that released in like 92. So it's like that one took a lot of story liberties. And there are times when you can tell, yeah, this would have been better if they had been more faithful to the manga. And then there are things where you're like, yeah, I like what's happening here, but it wasn't set up properly. But at the same time, I know, like, this is a heavily flawed show. Like, that's fine. Like, some shows are just there to make you feel good. They're not meant to be, and my mom was telling me, when I was ranting about what happened in 2020, she was just like, dude, like, you thought about this way more than the writers ever, like, than anybody in the writing studio was probably thinking when they wrote this. They were probably just thinking, like, oh, we want to make the kids sad or something like that. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, you're right that I thought about this more than the writers. I think that most people would agree with me on that. But I'm also like, the problem is that I wouldn't care so much if She-Ra hadn't set itself up to be a show about, like, diversity and inclusion and love and forgiveness. You know what I mean? Because there are other shows that are like, they were never meant to have those sorts of themes, so it doesn't bother me nearly as much. But when it comes to, like, reconciliation and kindness and forgiveness and stuff like that, and then this very major character just doesn't get that because the writers decided she messed up too bad, like, that is a big problem, and it casts doubt onto what they were intending to do, which was make a show about, like, diversity and inclusion and love and acceptance and stuff like that. And so that's why I'm more critical of it than, say, Centaur World. Well, because, like, Centaur World is a war drama. It's a goofy war drama. It is a wacky and weird war drama. But it is still a war drama. And it's like, so, I don't know. But that does have the worst suicidal sacrifice, what have you, that I've ever read, too. So maybe I'm just rambling now.
Okay.
Ugh, Centaur World makes me even more incensed than She-Ra, though, because it's like, the villain wasn't even, I mean, he was suicidal, but it wasn't even, he didn't kill himself, it was his, spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen Centaur World who's watching this, you might want to, like, mute the video at this point or something, but, like, it was his lover that killed him when he was, like, helpless and stuff. She basically, so the bad guy was basically, he was a centaur, but he hated, like, his horse bottom or whatever, I don't know. And so, like, he did this weird alchemy sort of spell or whatever to make himself, I have to look at my outline again, but did this weird alchemy to make him, to separate his human and animal selves, and then, like, as his human half tortured his animal half for, like, 10 years. So the animal half went insane, and the human half was, like, fighting against it. Because, fighting against the animal half because he hated the animal half. And this was all to woo, like, his lover back then. And so, like, basically what happens is the lover pieces the guy back together into an elk tor, so it's like a centaur but like an elk bottom or whatever, and then like she sings a song to him and then she kills him. It's like no, the guy's helpless, he's not gonna hurt anyone anymore. I don't know, it was silly, and it was even more frustrating because they were like, oh, you don't have, like, the elk tor is human. You don't judge somebody by their appearance and stuff, because he's like the elk half turned into like this really big, like really crazy eldritch creature. I don't know. But then they kill him, and it's like, it's like the one person who should have had his back in all this didn't. I don't know. Centaur, I need to, like, make a video about Centaur World. I made a video series ranting about Shadow Weaver's arc, and I need to make one about the elk tor because that was very upsetting to me. And that is his name, it's just elk tor. And his lover's just called, like, the woman. So, I don't know why that is, but Okay. Uh-oh, you sound like a robot. His hand needs to be bigger. I was thinking a lot about that thing you can do in Deltarune Chapter 2 when you can, like, get off of the light, or, like, the switch trap, and it will almost, like, fry Noelle. I don't know why that's funny to me. That's horrible. That's a big hospital bed, but I'll let it slide. Wow, that's bad. Okay. Oh, I'm alone. I hope that people can hear me and that there isn't an awful buzzing noise in the background of this video. Hello. Welcome back. I'm going the lazy route, and I'm just doing the part of Nell that will be on screen. I will not have this excuse with Georgia Tale, but I can do it right now. Whoa. I almost gave Nell possessed toothless eyes from How to Train Your Dragon. I wanted to make Nell's eyes look a little bit sad. Hello.
Hey.
We are working on 63.2, and I need to name that.
Oh, nice.
Right now I'm drawing Nell. He has a long face in this picture for some reason, but I'm willing to roll with it for now. I wanted to give him something like puppy eyes. I don't know. Whoa, those are way too close together. Why did I do that? What was the point of that? And I need to move his ear. I think Hattie's internet is struggling a bit.
Yeah, I saw. Internet stopping difficult challenge.
Yeah. Especially up where he lives in the country.
Oh, yeah.
We have only 2 more memories.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, he's so cute.
His little mouth.
I think it's a little bit big. Do you?
Like, in proportion with his face is kind of small, actually.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm gonna take a look at that.
It looks good, though.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I'm gonna move it up a little bit, because I think that he's got too much of a, what's the philtrum? That's the space between your nose and mouth.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. I kind of like when he's a little small. I think Nell can give like the biggest puppy eyes.
That is so adorable.
He can give the biggest puppy eyes, and he also, I think that he taught Micah and Adora the way of the puppy eyes, so that he's like, look, I'm gonna teach you, Adora, how to get your mom to give you whatever you want. And he's like, now look at me and put the most sadness in your face that you could possibly muster.
It is so cute. The mental image is adorable.
Okay, now glasses. He's small. He's so small, and yet he's like the smallest 6 foot tall big dude that you've ever seen.
He's giving, like, himbo energy, the, like, opposite, I guess.
Himbo.
But, like...
Himbo energy.
Like himbo, but, like, small.
I think that Micah fits the definition of a himbo better, because he is, like, truly the 3 pillars. Pure of heart, broad of chest, dumb of ass.
Yes, definitely.
Nell is too smart.
Too smart for his own good.
Too smart for his own good, and
Too smart to be a himbo.
And also smart enough this is a joke. Too smart to not attract sapiosexuals. Okay. I'm just kidding. I don't. Okay, so here's the thing: is like this is gonna sound super offensive, but I don't really care. Like, so, like, sapiosexuals, you know what I mean? It's, like, people who have, like, this innate drive or something for, like, smart people or whatever. It's just funny. The concept is funny to me because I'm just like, must we label everything? I don't know. It's funny.
I can't hear you well.
Oh, I was saying, must we label everything in terms of, like, sapiosexuals? Because I'm just like, I mean, everybody's got a preference. Do we need to, like, label it or something? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I get it. The micro labels can be, like, kind of confusing sometimes and, like, a little excessive.
Yeah, I'm probably going to make somebody on the internet mad with that, with what I just said, but they can stay mad.
No, that's fine. I think some people find meaning out of that, so I don't really mind, but...
Yeah, I don't really mind, I just don't understand it, but there's a lot of things I don't understand.
Yeah, that's fine. There's a lot of things that I don't understand either.
And people are like, why can't you understand how I feel? And I'm like, because I don't know, I just don't think about those sorts of things very much. And I see people and they're just like, why, again, I don't want to get into politics on right now, but, like, they're just like, why haven't you been talking about, like, the Supreme Court decision? And I'm like, because I'm really tired of politics, and, like, and they're just like, but you have to stand up for women. And I'm like, no, I don't. And I'm not saying I'm not sympathetic to certain causes. I'm saying I don't need to care about every issue under the sun in order to be, like, a decent human being. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Politics can get, like, really difficult to engage in because
everybody's so
stressful and
everyone's so mean.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of the discourse is really like
and you're a bad person, and you're a bad person, and you're a bad person.
Yeah, totally. It's just kind of like screaming matches on both ends.
Yeah. By the way, I draw only men with women's legs.
Really?
Yeah, really. I learned how to draw both male and female legs, but I only draw my guys with female legs.
Sometimes I just intentionally make my men look more, like, feminine because
I don't mind that.
It gives me joy.
Yeah, I don't know, like, so can you explain to me what a femboy is, if you know? Because I don't understand. It's just a guy who acts more effeminate.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I think, some people have been, like, transphobic about it, but it's really it's really just like a guy who's feminine.
Oh, I see what you mean. So, yeah, because I've thought of Micah and Nell both as kind of femboys, especially Micah because he, like, wears earrings and stuff like that. Which I have no problem with, by the way. I think that Micah rocks the look.
I guess, but, like, femboy goes, like, an extra step. It's more like cross-dressing sometimes.
Oh, I see what you mean. That reminds me of Metaton, then, from Undertale. Metaton's I would look him up, but I'm drawing right now. But he's, like, a robotic TV host. A lot of people code him as trans. I haven't really thought of him that way, to be completely frank, but obviously I do not mind people having their own interpretations. I don't know. People say, like, oh, well, you're just not thinking about it enough. And I'm like, no, I just don't really care. I don't know. It's not something that I feel I need to, like, hyper-focus in on. Because, I mean, that's not really my experience. Or the experience of anybody I really know, you know? So I'm just like, and people are like, so why didn't you have, like, more gay representation? Is it because you hate gay people? And I'm like, no, it's because that's not my experience, and I have seen how brutal the internet is, and I don't want to write something that I don't have experience in and then end up getting, like, attacked for it, you know? So.
Yeah, totally. I see that.
Plus, I would see it as disrespectful because, like, I'm not gay. Who am I to co-opt their experiences like that. And I'm not saying you have to be gay in order to write a gay character well. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to touch that. My stories aren't really about sexuality. They're more just, like, they deal with other things. So I don't really feel the need to get into that all that much, you know?
Yeah, totally. I see that.
Like, I never, to my knowledge, I never really give my characters a sexuality. I mean, like, you can, like, infer whatever you want based on who they're into, like, you know, who they end up with in the story. But I'm also, like, I'm not going to say, like, oh, so Shadow Weaver is definitely straight, or you know what I mean? Because I'm just, like, that just limits people and what they can do. I don't know. And I don't want people harassing each other over stupid things, so.
Yeah, I see that. I think that, like, with research, anyone could, like, write someone with any sexuality.
I agree.
But I can see how, like, internet reactions can scare people away from actually doing that. That being said, I don't know. It's just kind of, like, more complicated for me, I guess.
I understand, and I don't think, I mean, you're bi, if I remember correctly, so, like, it makes perfect sense that you would be comfortable doing that. I guess what I'm worried about is, like, people want me, I was making a post about this on Tumblr earlier today. People want me so badly to talk about these issues, but they never consider that I might have different opinions than them, and that's exactly why I keep my mouth shut. And I'm not saying I have, like, opinions on whether, like opinions that gay people are, like, inferior or whatever. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, some people, for example, would say that, like, you know, co-opting a gay character as bisexual is inherently homophobic because, like, you're like, erasing their sexuality or something. Personally, I don't agree with that. That being said, I can see why somebody would think that way, and more power to them. That means that I'm not going to be writing something based on my own opinions and perspectives, because it's very clear, based on my interactions, that people have responded in a really like, really vile way, I guess, a very vitriolic way. And I'm like, I don't want people to do that. I don't want to make people feel mad because of how I wrote a character. So I'm like, I'm just going to stick to things that I have experience in. So.
Yeah, totally. I think sticking to what you're good at is obviously, like, the safe way to go by it. But also, like, as long as you're not, like, a political page, you don't have to, like, comment on any of those things if you don't want to.
Yeah, and some people are just like, well, you haven't said much about this. Are you just like a closet bigot? And I'm like, no, I mean, at least I don't think so. I don't know what people want to define as bigotry is always changing. But, like, I don't know. I just don't have an interest in letting people know my thoughts. Those are private. Like, let me have a private life. I don't know.
Yeah, totally. That's valid.
But, okay. I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah, it looks nice. Micah just chilling. Oh, that's Snell?
That's Micah. Oh. I'm drawing Micah right now.
Oh, Micah, yeah. I saw the beard.
Yeah. He got electrocuted in our last session, so he's recovering.
Poor boy.
Yeah, Shadow Weaver did not have a good day. If you can, by the way, if anybody can hear that noise that is not my voice, that is my dogs outside. They're panting, and I'm worried they're going to start yapping at a squirrel that's in the tree.
Oh, I can't hear.
Okay, good.
But, okay.
The speaker near my iPad... The speaker near my iPad should only pick up my voice, but it's like... It's a pretty good speaker, and it's easy to blow it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm loud, so, like, the first few times I used it, I ended up blowing it out and having to re-record.
That's sad. iPad's being difficult.
It's not the iPad, it's the external speaker I'm using.
Oh, yeah, I see. Technology.
Yeah. I was going to just, like, listen from my computer and speak from my iPad, but then I realized that I could not do that because there would be a really bad echo. So.
Oh, I see.
I love Nell's puppy eyes. They're so special.
Precious boys.
Nell has the personality of a golden. Of a golden retriever. He's very chill. I'm giving him a pink outfit because it's Valentine's Day. I'm just kidding. I mean, it was Valentine's Day in the bedroom in Mysticor. Let's just leave it at that.
Late Valentine's Day, like 3 months later.
Yeah.
Later. How long was it? I forgot.
Maybe I'm just telling myself that to ease the heartbreak.
Yeah.
He's so soft. Oh. I was watching anime today while I crocheted. Very nice.
Really? Which one?
Sailor Moon. I still haven't finished it. Because it's harder to watch the sub when I'm crocheting, so I just wasn't doing it for a while. But I found a way to do it. Because the sub is the only option for me for the last season of the show.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing with Naruto Shippuden, too, on Hulu, at least.
Yeah, well, they have... And, like, the most frustrating part is Season 5 is dubbed, it's just the dub isn't available to watch on Hulu.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Hulu just doesn't release the dub. It's crazy. Also annoying. Not like I want to watch the Naruto Shippuden dub anyways, but...
Yeah. Options are good.
Yeah.
I want to watch Naruto, it's just that his voice kills me. It kills me.
I know. I got really attached to his character, so I kind of just, like, brushed it over. Like, even in the sub, he's kind of obnoxious, but...
I'm sure it can't be worse than the dub, though. And when I started watching Sailor Moon in the sub... Oh, it is?
The sub for Naruto is better than the dub.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because, like, when I started watching Season 5 of Sailor Moon, I was like, why wasn't I doing this, like, from the beginning? Because because here's the thing. Sailor Moon is about a bunch of 14-year-olds. 14-year-old girls are annoying. But, like, I kind of like that about their character, for them to be at least a little bit obnoxious, because, like, it's realistic for their age group. I like seeing stories about people who grew up too fast, but sometimes it's like, okay, this is a 14-year-old, and he's acting like he's, like, 50. Like, what is this? And so, like, I appreciate it, but they take it way too far with Usagi, the main character in particular. She's supposed to be, like, really really emotional and kind of belligerent sometimes, but they take it so far that it's like, oh my goodness, just shut up, you stupid child. And so I prefer the sub a lot better. The actress isn't nearly as, like, whiny, I guess.
Yeah, I get that.
But I prefer the dub for everybody else's voices, so it's hard.
I think, like, with a lot of the older anime, it's... Like, the dub, I think... I'm not going to say, like, it's worse, because there are some dubs that are good. I know Inuyasha's dub is pretty good.
Yeah.
But, like, I think back then, early on, especially, like, for earlier 90s animes, before anime got super popular, I guess they just didn't have the budget to hire, like, talented voice actors.
Well...
Or, like, proper trading, maybe. I don't know.
I would say that the Viz dub of Sailor Moon is actually really good in like almost every aspect. Usagi's actress is also very good. The problem is that I think it was more a director issue than it was like a voice actor issue, because like because I could definitely see them having done like something like, I don't know, like, okay, so you're supposed to be a 14-year-old, so like be as whiny as you possibly can. Cut. And they just didn't either didn't have the time, or they didn't really care to make it like watchable. I don't like to say that because I love Sailor Moon, but like, oh man, some of those episodes, and to be fair, some of them are filler, but I'm also like, Sailor Moon is slice of life, so they're like, even the quote filler episodes are there for character development. So yeah.
Yeah, totally. Maybe it was like a budget issue, is like what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, it's that is possible.
But now, like, a lot of dubs are pretty good, and sometimes I actually prefer them over the sub.
Yeah,
like, they flow so well. Death Note is one of them.
I want to watch that one, but I heard it took a dip in quality. But
I guess that depends on opinion, because a certain major character death happens, and people got mad that a new character got introduced. I liked it personally. I think, like, the problem then, because Death Note is split into 2 parts, and people don't like the second part as much as the first part.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess it's just, like, personal preference, because I liked it.
Okay. That makes sense. And yeah, major character death is really, like, I'm not saying it's always bad, because some people are just like, oh, I don't like that this character died. And for me, it's like, I don't mind character death as long as it, 1, means something, and 2, and 2 isn't like badly written, if that makes sense. And there are numerous ways that this can happen.
Yeah, totally. I think that Death Note, with the character death, it was written well, and I do like it a lot.
Yeah.
I think, like, with the new character that was introduced, I think a lot of people felt that the character was replacing them, so people didn't like it as much.
Yeah.
But when it came to the plot and everything, it was still good.
That's fair. And some people are just like, hey, I got really attached to this person, and now they're not going to be there anymore. And I get that, for sure. I don't think you have to have, like, a valid reason to be critical of something, if that makes sense. Like, it can just be, hey, I don't like this, and people should respect that.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Alright. I'm trying to, like, avoid putting my face to the desk too much, because I am recording my face for the YouTube version of this discussion, and you can't see my face if it's just the top of my head, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I really genuinely enjoyed writing Zika in this story. She just, I don't know, she had a great character thing. I wouldn't call it an arc, because she never completely learns her lesson, but she makes some progress, I think you could say.
Yeah. Okay, I still need to read Starwalker. I'm gonna get to it when the story's like uploaded completely, I think.
Oh man, you're gonna have to wait like a year for that or something. This book is long.
Man. I might just binge it once this semester's over.
Fair enough.
I can like just read it all.
Yeah. Usually I post my stories in the summer. Whoops. Usually I post my stories in the summer because people are off school, but that's not how it shook out this time.
Yeah, that's fine.
is going to be tricky. No, that's too zoomed in. Okay. There we go. That's a little better. In Starwalker Prime, Zika had like 2 scenes and that was it. And that's definitely different than now. Wow, that was really bad. Wow, again, that was really awful. Shifters have like super long fingers, so I'm trying to reflect that here. Wow, again. Green beans, everybody.
Hands. My detested.
My beloathed is what they say now. This is peaceful. I like to draw.
Yeah, same. I just unwind and just draw like all the time. But I have horrible posture, so then after like a few hours,
oh my goodness, same. I used to draw laying on my stomach, but then I realized, oh yeah, if I'm doing this for YouTube, probably best if people aren't staring at my nose. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really big hand, isn't it? That looks better.
Sounds like a thunderstorm is coming. If my Wi-Fi cuts off, that's why.
Oh, okay. I hate thunderstorms. I'm always super sick during thunderstorms.
Yeah, they suck.
In her true form, this coat is way too big for her. That was really bad. People were just like, oh, you do the best art. And I'm like, yeah, after like deleting it 100 times.
Right? Sometimes I just like sit down on a blank screen and then draw like stick figures because my hands are broken.
Yeah, mood. Except for me, it's more like I can't do anything good, so I'm just not gonna draw at all. Okay.
Art is a very frustrating process sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be silly real quick. We gotta do this. Okay, I did something funny. Back to business. I'm bad at drawing facial expressions. Okay. I'm stretching my drawing arm real quick. Okay.
It's funny though, because I don't think I've ever had like a cramp on my hand from drawing.
Oh, I hold my pencil too tightly. So, yeah, I hold my pencil too tightly all the time.
Oh, I see. Probably. I'm usually like really loose when I'm drawing. Sometimes if I'm too loose, the pencil flies out of my hand.
I've heard it's an issue more so with left-handed people, which I am.
Oh, I see.
In my stories, Micah was exiled when he was only like 25.
Wait, how was it in canon?
We don't have an age.
Oh, I see.
But it was sad in my stories because he had just had a baby. Well, yeah, so he had just had a baby and everything.
Poor boy.
I definitely think he had a hard life. I want to address it in Seraphite, but there are so many arcs to complete. So... I'm gonna have to look at what Luna has been saying on Seraphite, because I'm gonna need to rewrite it. They want some insight. What if I did like a squiggly hair for like his neck hair or something? That would be funny.
Aww. That's so cute.
I don't know. Sometimes when I'm drawing, I get really funny ideas.
Right.
I had the
really goofy things.
Do you remember that one I made like several years ago that was like mocking the idea of Shadow Weaver and Horde Prime being together? And like somebody thought I was mocking Shadow Weaver for her scars, and I was clearly making fun of Horde Prime.
I don't really remember.
Okay, I'll have to track it down because it's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, did I not reference the picture? I didn't. That was dumb. Zika does not like Nell very much. You will see why later. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, hopefully her teeth are not filled in, are they? I'm gonna need to plug this in soon if I'm gonna keep going, which I am. Okay. Oh, I didn't even I didn't even merge Micah's line work. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna give him a birdly visor.
Full kid glasses.
Yeah, I know, right? But it's only on one eye.
Cool kid monocles, I think that's what they're called.
Oh, it's on the wrong layer. Whatever. Merge.
The way that happens to me, like, all the time.
It happens to me all the time, too.
Like, sometimes I'm working on something that has, like, 50 layers, and then I have something on the wrong layer and have to go through each and every one of them.
Dude, I hate when that... Oh, my goodness. I'm gonna lose it with this. Okay. There we go. It's okay. Don't panic. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to... All right. Again, I repeat, I'm going to lose it with this.
The art is just not arting.
No, it is not. I still have another picture to do after this, too. Why are we here? Just to suffer? Dang it. I got his face caterpillars. One of my dogs is really not happy.
Oh, poor boy.
Don't coddle him. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Oh, no.
He's yapping at something over the fence.
I think I can hear him a little bit.
Yeah, because he's so loud and he's doing it right outside my window. One morning he woke me up because of it. Little turd.
Aww.
I love him, but he sucks.
My cat every morning at 4 a.m. like begging for food.
Oh man. Cats, man.
Everyone says they're chill. Mine acts like an actual dog.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Minus the loyalty part, though, because, like, my cat hates us.
The cats, too?
I only have one. I said, like, he hates us.
Yeah, cats are kind of weird. That reminds me of this cat in the My Sims games, and it's not to be confused with The Sims. It's a different game series spin-off. And her name is Mrs. Prissikins, and you have to build her like the perfect fortress. And it's hard. I mean, it's not hard, but, like, it's hard. I don't know. That doesn't make sense, but I don't care. Okay, did I cover... Did I color...
Those cat games. I remember those cat games from, like, the early 2000s, I think. You play on, like, the DS or something.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what they're called.
Me too. They have some of those for the Switch, but I've never really been interested in getting any of them.
Yeah, I felt like that died with my childhood.
There we go. Okay. Wow. I totally forgot. Okay, whatever. I can do another layer. Okay. Recording. Huh? Recording. Family got home from school, so they're eager to see me.
I see. My brother's in the other room.
Oh, I didn't color in Micah's... I didn't color in Micah's thing. He's just transparent there. Okay. Oh, dang it. Alrighty. Except... Okay. I think that that's good. Okay. Alright, what's next? Oh, this is a good scene. I wanted to try and show a balance between, like, Shadow Weaver beginning to flirt with the idea of being controlling and stuff like that. But it's complicated because I do think that this spell was, like, a really unpleasant experience. That balance is always hard to strike, especially when it comes to Catra and Adora, because I don't want to make it seem like she didn't hurt them and stuff, but... You know, there's a lot that's difficult.
I always interpreted it like she was kind of like a controlling person, I guess, like as a part of her personality, but the spell of obtainment kind of like exacerbated it.
Yeah.
In some way. It made it worse.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that people who think it was just like, it was just like, oh, it's just how she was, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I don't know if that works, but we'll roll with it. Okay. This is actually I think the last time Shadow Weaver hugs Adora in this book. Oh yeah, that's a thing. I would love to learn how to make my own Procreate pens, but I don't know when or if that's gonna happen.
If I could create my own pens, that would save so much time, actually. Because a lot of my characters like have locks or braids, and it's just so exhausting drawing them over and over again.
Yeah.
I know you can buy some, but like, I don't know.
I'm broke. That's not an option for me.
Dang.
Whoa. Okay, wait a second. I need to make sure that... Okay. Yeah. There's one more picture after this one. Hope eventually more people on YouTube start watching this, because I cannot put out like scripted videos very often, so I was hoping this might be helpful.
Yeah, making videos takes a while.
It does. I keep getting pestering from Max about when I'm going to finish my Shadow Weaver arc series, and I've not gotten the time. Okay. Okay, there we go. I draw horrible children. Not that the children are horrible, like they're bad people. I just draw really bad children.
Children are hard to draw. Every time I try, they look like insects, like bug-eyed. Because I draw the eyes like way too big.
That's hilarious.
Especially like school-age children. Like I can draw infants pretty well, but like
Oh man.
like school-age, it's I don't know.
Okay. I think Adora's very cute as a kid. She's just like, I don't know, there's just like this adorable, I don't know, I just want to squish her cheeks.
Yeah, she's so cute.
You know, when something is so cute that you just want, this is gonna sound super dark. You know when something is just like, so, and I'm not saying this applies to Adora, just to be clear. You know when something is so cute you want to like kill it? I don't know.
Oh yeah, totally.
That's such a weird thing, but it's so true.
I know. It's like, why would you want to kill something that's cute, but like I feel it anyways.
How do I draw ears from behind? Okay.
I always hide it behind hair.
I can do that on one side of her face, but not the other. Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. I'm almost there. There we go. No.
Yeah.
I'm close. I think that's the best I can hope for. Right now.
That's good.
Okay. Now, arms. Dainty party gloves. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna need to remove this so I can do it. Okay. That looks good. Okay. Okay. I was trying to be very expressive with her mask, but I think that's the point, is like her mask makes her hard to read.
Yeah, her eyes are just saying everything in the show.
Yeah, it's mostly her eyes. I love how, though, in the failsafe episode, when Micah's like, whenever Micah's like got his dark magic on, and everybody's like, "Oh no, we're all gonna die." She just sits there as it engulfs her, and she looks like mildly annoyed or something like that.
Yeah.
I used to straight up not use layers when I was just getting started with digital art.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now I can't imagine going back.
Same. I can't imagine. Like, I think I have tried drawing without layers a few times before, like for a specific art style.
Dang, that's hard.
But yeah, but it was more like I wasn't trying to do anything complicated. It was just like two colors, like black and white, color with black and white.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I can post some of the art I did with it. It turned out well, but I don't. It's really frustrating, so I don't do it anymore.
Yeah. My first digital art is from 2018. I had a Samsung Galaxy Note 8, and it came with a stylus, so that was my first introduction to digital.
Yeah. I think I started it pretty recently. Digital art, at least. I forgot which year exactly, but I got this iPad and I never looked back.
Yeah. You have to be meticulous with the details sometimes. Oh man. I was telling Hattie about what all happened with Shadow Weaver's arc, and I just, like, every time I talk about it, I'm just so salty. I can't believe that happened still. It was almost 2 years ago now.
I know. I still get hung up over shows even if they're like done or completed.
Yeah. I'm honestly like, I'm writing Seraphite so I can get some closure. Because, like, if I don't, then it's not going to be fun. Okay. Okay. So, and then for Christmas of either, I can't remember if it was 2020 or 2021, but I got an iPad. So that was really nice. Little Adora. I'm going to brighten this picture slightly. There we go. Dora's so cute. Ooh, that's too thick. Okay, that's good enough for now. Wow. Wow. Okay. I love that flashback in The Promise when they're teenagers and Kyle just has like a face full of zits. It's just so funny. I don't know why.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. No. I did it again. Oh my gosh. No. Get. Okay. Are you kidding me? I hate my life. Okay. Okay. Who cares? Merge down. There we go. Oh, that was funny.
The art just isn't arting.
No, it is not. Well, looks like we're getting a picture of the Black Garnet Chamber. Oh, that's not very helpful. Garment. Wow, there really aren't a lot of good pictures of this place, are there? Okay, it looks like I'm gonna need to plug in my iPad or this is going to die. Okay. Hello? There we go. Okay, then I'm gonna have to remove the excess weaver. Okay.
And weaver, accessory weaver.
What?
Accessory weaver? That's like a reference to a Feminella video where he talked about an accessory spleen. That channel is just really wild.
Oh my gosh. Tail. This is the only time that I'm drawing Zika's tail. Okay. This picture is going to be pretty simple. But hang on, let me name it first. Ah. She's got stung. Big eyes.
But guys, sometimes I just like focus on the eyes way too much, and then the rest of the drawing just looks whack.
Mood. Okay. I do need to finish up because it is 5:30 and I am going out with my mom to eat after this.
Yeah, okay. I also have some stuff to do.
Yeah. I like how, like, when we were just doing audio, like, on Discord only, like, everybody was joining, and then now it's, like, one person maybe at the most.
Right. Was that first meeting, like, at a different time? I'm not sure. Like, maybe it, like, went along with the time zones, or maybe it was on a weekend. I forgot.
Yeah, I can't remember when it was. Nah, that's too far apart. Okay. Wow, that's... I can't draw straight lines, man.
My hands are always shaky. That's why I usually just avoid doing line art and just have my sketchy layers be the final layer.
I would do that, but I'm trying to emulate the show's style, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Does the head look too big for the body?
A little bit, maybe like a little bit smaller would be nice.
Okay. Oh, didn't merge the layer and so her face melted off. That wasn't fun.
Yeah, that looks good.
Oh. Again, if you can hear that noise outside, those are my dogs. I'm gonna keep the eyelash because that's fun.
Yeah, it looks cute.
Oh, wait a second. Shifters actually have a different mouth style. Ugh, I have to color in all of these. Okay. I'm gonna have to find the PNG of a scorpion tail because I don't really want to take a stab at drawing that, but I may have to. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna like overlay I'm gonna like completely cheat. Okay. Okay. bigger eraser. Okay. People may be able to notice, but who cares?
That's me with drawing food. I cannot draw that. It's just like blobs whenever I try to do it myself, so I just like trace or like just copy paste.
Yep. Okay, let's see if we actually need to do that. Okay, I'm just gonna stick to this bottom piece, since the rest is hidden. Okay. Oh my goodness. You gotta be kidding me.
Did it happen again? Or
Okay. I should probably make like a BAM sign or something, but I don't really want to. Yeah, I think that's good for now. Okay, so that concludes Art Stream for today, because I am all done with chapters 63 and 64. Thank you all for watching. I will be logging off now. See you guys!
bye.